Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it kind of came to my attention actually via Twitter that a lot of people actually have the HyperX Quadcast. I've had this mic for almost 2 years, give or take, probably like 2 years, this coming May. I've had no issues with it. I started out with a very, very, very cheap, like $15 mic with a boon on Amazon, but I'm going to show the filters that I used that work for me, and this also is going to include desktop audio filter that when you go to speak in your stream, especially if whether it's music for the desktop audio or the game itself and the game's kind of loud, when you go to actually talk, it'll actually lower the sound so people can hear you over the game that much better. So let's get into it, shall we? So first things, we're going to start with the filters for the mic audio and go through there. There are 4 filters that I use. Now, all these filters are more meant for my environment, but I think they'll work for everyone. You might have to just play with them slightly, but let's get into it, shall we? So here I use the gain, which boosts my voice for one thing. I have it set to 1.70. Then I use the limiter, so that way my voice doesn't go over a certain area. Now, if you're using OBS, which is what I use, I also originally had these filters on Streamlabs OBS, so it's the same exact setup, pretty much, depending on which one you're using. They're the same, literally. And all you're gonna do is literally hit this plus sign, and they're right in here, and you'll find the ones that I'm using. So limiter, like I said, when you go to talk, whether you're like, oh yeah, I'm so excited, and you get really pumped up, you get really loud, it's not going to murder the eardrums of your audience, at least. So that's at least a good thing. Noise suppression kind of works with it as well. It suppresses outside noise. Now, I used to stream down in my basement, and I was literally 5 feet away from our furnace, which would get really, really loud. And originally, before I used all these filters with my really, really cheap microphone, the furnace was constantly being picked up. Obviously, my animals still get picked up, but that's because they'll be loud. I have 2 dogs and we have 2 cats. So if they make a noise, meow or a bark, stuff like that will get picked up because it's a very sharp type of noise. But this way, like, I don't know, a car beeping outside or your furnace won't get picked up. And our furnace was loud. And I also use the noise gate, which all these filters kind of help with each other. So the noise gate kind of works with limiting your loudness so you're not overpowering. The gain kind of also, by the way, is another tidbit, helps with boosting your own vocal audio. So I use gain, limiter, noise suppression, and noise gate. So, and I'll show afterwards how to find these if you have questions. So the next one is the desktop audio that I use. We're just going to hit properties on that. Oh, nope, wrong one. Sorry. So the desktop audio filters, not properties. I apologize. It's been a long day. I want to make dinner. Limiter and compressor. Compressor was my best friend because there were times that people can't hear me in game. My in-game audio, I always lower it to at most 50% max audio, so that way it's still not overly loud for the audience. But these are the ones that I use: the ratio, threshold, attack, release, output, gain. You also want to make sure your sidechain ducking source is your microphone, because it'll bring a whole bunch of different things. These are different things that I have in my stream that possibly make noises. But you want it to place off of your mic, so when you talk, your audio drops. And I'm going to show you what I mean. We're going to play some audio. I'm just going to open up Spotify really quick, and I'm going to push this guy over here, and let's just Final Fantasy lo-fi. Let's just go with that. Let's get something that's a little maybe on the louder side. That's not that loud. I'm going to boost this all the way up, and I'm going to bring this over here. Now, you can see as I'm talking, my desktop audio right here just went down. And then if I stop talking, it went up. So this is where the compressor is really, really good. So that way people can hear you better. So I highly recommend it. Let me move this guy back over here for you. The limiter Also, very similar to with your mic audio when you're talking, yelling, screaming in excitement, you know, or if you're playing Elden Ring like me, you're not screaming in excitement, instead you're cursing the frickin' game. This also limits the game audio from being way too loud for the audience because, believe it or not, it can get super loud, and you want to find the point where it stays in the yellow and doesn't hit the red. So another thing to really play with. So this is found, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring over this guy over here. So this, kind of need that, so don't mind, I'm like forever and ever. So first, the mic ones. So you literally just click the cogwheel, filters, boom, gain, limiter, noise suppression, noise gain. Like I said, you're going to hit the plus sign and pick the one of these to do. If you hit the eyeball, it like mutes it. So just leave those guys open and you'll have this. You can try the settings that I have. So I'm going to leave gain up for like 5 seconds. Like I said, negative 1.7 decibels. Limiter threshold is at negative 10 decibels. The release is at 55 ms, which I don't really know what ms means, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure someone does, and if you do, please it down in the comments for me. Noise suppression method, I went with this. I was told that was a lot better than the good quality, so it uses less of your processor to begin with. Worked for me. Suppression level, negative 36 decibels. Noise gate, close threshold, negative 38. Open, negative 32. Attack, hold, and release, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, these were already set here, so I literally left them. So 25, 200, 150. So try using the ones that I have set up. It's helped for a couple of my friends, but it also depends on your own voice, on how loud you are too. So test it out, see how it works. You could always just hit record. You know, that's what I typically did, and I had some audio playing, and it worked for me. The one that I use for the desktop audio, here we go, desktop audio, same thing, hit the cogwheel, hit filters, limiter, compressor, threshold is at negative 17.9 decibels, and release is at 60 milliseconds. I think that's milliseconds, right? Oh well, someone will probably tell me. And then the compressor ratio, got close basically to 7. Excuse me, I burp a lot. Better out than in, I always say. Threshold, negative 37, attack, 50, release 416, output 0. I'm pretty sure I think that just stayed the same. And make sure the sidechain ducking source, mic aux, because it's going to play off of your microphone to lower the audio of your desktop audio. So your game, your music, whatever you got playing, basically. I hope that helped. Leave a comment down, and please make sure you also follow my channel, subscribe to it. I also stream on Twitch. My schedule is kind of about to change because of my work. So I'm not really going to say what my schedule actually is, but I'm typically live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the week mainly. Weekends kind of vary. But please follow me on Twitch. It's Tiro Quinn, same name as my YouTube channel, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Thanks, guys.